Okay, so what actually burns the most fat? Welcome to this explainer, where we're going on a bit of an investigative quest to answer literally the ultimate fitness question. It's a question that has sparked countless debates, totally wild fad diets, and some seriously grueling workout routines. But today, we're just letting the science do the talking. We are officially going after the holy grail of fat loss. We're going to cut right through all that fitness industry noise using hard data from sports science, real-world calorie tracking experiments, and leading metabolic research. By the time we wrap up, you'll know exactly how to train to maximize your body's fat-burning potential. Here is our roadmap for today. We've got the ultimate cardio quest, high intensity and afterburn, the power of zone 2, fasted cardio and caffeine, and finally, the ultimate fitness formula. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The ultimate cardio quest. Finding the right energy source. To really understand fat loss, we have to look at how our body actually chooses its fuel. Think of your metabolism kind of like having two totally separate energy faucets, sugar and fat. When your exercise intensity spikes and you need energy instantly, your body turns that sugar faucet on full blast and completely turns down the fat faucet. Why? Because sugar, stored as glycogen, is just way faster and easier for your body to process when it's under stress. Fat, on the other hand, well, it takes time and oxygen to burn. Moving right along to Section 2, high intensity and afterburn, myth versus reality. So the crucial thing here is understanding the difference between aerobic and anaerobic states. Low-intensity steady-state cardio, or less, is aerobic. It uses oxygen, it's a completely sustainable pace, and crucially, it targets fat for fuel. On the flip side, high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, is anaerobic. You are oxygen-deprived, you're pushing through these short all-out bursts, you're aggressively burning sugar, and you're building up lactate in your muscles. And the real-world data reveals exactly what happens when you go anaerobic. During high-intensity sprints, a staggering 97% of the calories burned come from carbohydrates, and a measly 3% comes from fat. Because you're pushing yourself so incredibly hard, your body basically abandons fat oxidation entirely and just strictly relies on carbs to survive the sprint. Now, I know HIIT fans are probably yelling right now, pointing to EPOCs to defend those grueling sprints. EPOC stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. It's the oxygen your body consumes after strenuous exercise to recover and restore balance. In the fitness world, it's informally known as the afterburn, which is basically this idea that you just continue to torch extra calories while you're recovering on the couch. But we need to debunk that massive hype right now. The extra afterburn you actually earn from those torturous joint-pounding sprints, it's equivalent to just half a banana. Seriously. The high-intensity sprints yielded 110 calories of afterburn, while a much easier steady cycling session gave 64 calories. So, if you're doing HIIT solely to unlock some magical afterburn of thousands of calories, the science shows you're going to be highly disappointed. Which brings us to Section 3, the power of Zone 2 and finding the sweet spot for fat oxidation. So if sprints aren't the magic bullet for fat loss, we need to look at the opposite end of the spectrum. Enter Zone 2. This is a foundational aerobic state where you're exercising at roughly 60 to 75% of your maximum heart rate. And the easiest way to know you're in it? The talk test. You should literally be able to comfortably hold a conversation. By staying in this zone, you're improving the health of your cellular mitochondria and training your body to become a highly efficient fat-burning machine, all without draining your central nervous system. It's no wonder Zone 2 is universally dubbed the fat-burning zone. At these lower intensities, a massive 85% of your energy comes directly from your fat stores, and only 15% from carbs. Because the intensity is totally manageable, your body actually has the oxygen and the time it needs to pull fatty acids right out of storage and burn them up. Activities like just walking or doing a light jog on a treadmill are perfect for building that aerobic base over time. This type of low-intensity, steady-state cardio lets you burn significant body fat, and honestly, it's just so much easier to recover from. It doesn't leave you completely wiped out on the floor, which means you can actually stay consistent day after day. Check out this data from extensive calorie tracking experiments. It proves exactly how your body responds. Sure, a 10-minute sprint session burns the most total calories per minute, but again, a shocking 3% of that is fat. But look at walking. A simple, consistent 30-minute walk at 3.2 miles per hour yields the absolute highest percentage of direct fat burn, coming in at 80%. It is incredibly effective and just wildly easier on your joints. All right, let's jump into Section 4, fasted cardio and caffeine. Are they actual hacks or just hype? Because let's be real, everyone wants a shortcut. Let's look at fasted cardio first. Working out on an empty stomach definitely forces your body to burn stored fat during the session because your glycogen is so low. But the reality is pretty stark. Studies show it frequently causes muscle breakdown because your body is basically scavenging for fuel. It decreases your workout performance, and the ultimate kicker, it yields absolutely zero extra fat loss at the end of the day. Because you burn fat during the workout, your body just compensates by burning more carbs later on. Fat loss is about the net deficit over the entire day, not just what happens in a 30-minute window. Now, while fasted cardio might be a bust, the science shows caffeine actually does work. It genuinely moves more fatty acids into your cells to be used for energy, and it lowers lactate levels in your blood. This means you can comfortably work out longer, delay exhaustion, and ultimately burn way more total fat. It's a biologically proven performance enhancer. Section 5, the ultimate fitness formula. Let's put all this science together. So, if neither high-intensity sprints nor low-intensity walking are the single perfect answer on their own, what is the holy grail? Well, the absolute best approach for long-term fat loss is called concurrent training. This is where you combine strength training and aerobic endurance training right within the exact same program. It beautifully blends the reliable, calorie-burning, fat-oxidizing power of aerobic cardio with the metabolism-boosting, muscle-preserving power of lifting heavy weights. And here's how you can actually apply it. You can do serial concurrent exercise, meaning you lift weights first and then follow it right up with cardio. Or you can do integrated concurrent exercise, where you repeatedly alternate between weights and brief bursts of cardio. Clinical studies show both of these methods create this powerful synergy that builds muscle while stripping away fat. It totally debunks that ancient myth that cardio is going to destroy your muscle gains. So here is your practical, everyday action plan, the blueprint. First, you absolutely must prioritize a consistent caloric deficit in your diet. You just cannot outtrain a bad diet. Second, build a massive aerobic base with easy zone 2 walking or swimming to literally turn your body into a fat-burning furnace. Third, add heavy resistance training to build muscle and keep your resting metabolism high. And finally, sprinkle in some intense HII intervals, but only when you're feeling fully recovered and you really just want a challenge. We've debunked the intense myths, exposed the truth about the afterburn effect, and shown you the real physiological data. So, are you still searching for a magic pill, or are you ready to build your ultimate metabolic formula? You have the knowledge now to combine diet, zone 2 cardio, and strength training for the absolute optimal results. The final, most important question is, what method are you going to actively choose to apply for your very next workout?